ladies and gentlemen. We're live at GB Ice Rink in Discovery Bay, Hong Kong, China. We are preparing for the opening ceremonies. The opening ceremonies comes in two parts. The first part is actually a very pretty drone show outdoors. We were unable to capture that for our viewers on IIHF.tv. That's just completed, and we are honored to be welcoming our guests onto the stage here in Hong Kong, China. First to enter stage, it's our mascot, Mr. Potatoes. So glad he made it to the far end of the red carpet without tripping over, because the way he's built, it's kind of difficult to maneuver around, and they had to make him walk all the way, which is, but we appreciate his effort and a great showing. Around the rink today with a lot of local fans, of course. And we will be having all the captains from the teams for our opening ceremonies. Here are Hong Kong, China, Philippines, Uzbekistan. Also on the other side, captains from Luxembourg, Mongolia, and DPR, Korea. The opening is going to be with a lot of very important people here in Hong Kong, China, including some very important government personnel.
Thank you. 多謝各位出嚟嘉賓。而今晚即將會進行我哋嘅賽事，就係盧森堡隊對中國香港隊，希望大家都一齊期待。Thank you， 多謝晒我哋嘅全部朋友 ，Thank you very much for being here。亦都非常之感謝羅部長今晚嚟到親身支持我哋，掌聲俾掌聲羅部長。有請羅部長先到高主席，準備欣賞我哋今晚精彩嘅賽事。多謝羅部長嘅支持。Thank you very much for your support。有請羅部長可以先到高主席就座，準備欣賞今晚精彩嘅賽事。亦都多謝我哋嘅主禮嘉賓同 all guests. Please approach to your seat and watch the opening match of tonight. Team Luxembourg versus Team Hong Kong, China.
That concludes the opening ceremonies. Speeches from the Secretary of Culture, Sports and Tourism of the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region, Ms. Rosanna Law. She has been a very passionate supporter of sports for here in Hong Kong over the past year or two or so. Very heavily promoting sports here in Hong Kong with multiple major sporting events. And thanks for the support from Ms. Law and of course from the Hong Kong Hong Kong HKSAR government. We are here in Discovery Bay with the IIHF Ice Hockey World Championships. We'd also have to thank Mr. Peter Britza, Vice President of the IIHF, and also Tournament Director, Chairperson of the 2026 victorious chair of the IIHF Ice Hockey World Championship Division 3 Group B. He is here to oversee all the operations, and I think this is going to be the best time to acknowledge and thank all the help and support we've received from the IIHF from the start to, well, we're not yet finishing yet, but from the very start, mentioned by the MC. We've been doing 3 tournaments, World Championship tournaments here in Hong Kong, and the first one was almost a month ago. It seemed like a long time ago. A lot of challenges, a lot of barriers, including we're playing on an ice rink that's not perfectly built for ice hockey. We are in the middle of a shopping center. A lot of things had to be overcome. Dressing rooms, internet, the logistics, referees, the ice rink, all that we have to thank the IIHF and also the ice rink at DB Ice Rink for their massive support. Very supportive and very willing to break barriers for us in terms of having these games here in Hong Kong. While the crew is clearing the ice rink, we'll take a short break. When we're back, we will bring you puck drop between the games Luxembourg playing Hong Kong, China. evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Scotty Yang on behalf of the Hong Kong China Ice Hockey Association. We welcome you to this amazing facility in Discovery Bay, the DB Ice Rink here in Hong Kong, China. And this is the 2026 IIHF Ice Hockey World Championship Division 3B. This is game 3 of the tournament, the third game on day 1 of the tournament. We have the host, Hong Kong, China, playing Luxembourg all the way from Europe. 2 games played already. Uzbekistan beating Mongolia and DPR Korea beating Philippines. And we have 2 winners with 3 points. And now Hong Kong, China, and Luxembourg, these teams battling for the team, the third and final team of day 1 to win a game and get themselves into the top 3 in terms of standings. Luxembourg, an interesting team. This team is going to be the top favorite in terms of world standings. They were relegated from Division 3A last season, and they are going to be the top favorites here in Hong Kong, China. But of course, home team advantage is bound to be true, and very true here in Hong Kong, China, as we've seen over the past 2 tournaments here, the U18s and also the Women's World Championships. 2 very young but upcoming goaltenders for Hong Kong, China. Number 1, Rexon Shui Long Kyo, and number 20, Moses Long Hoi Hei. The 2 goalies from the U18 tournament. Not dressed is Chung Cheng Ho, the 3rd goalie for today. And in net for Hong Kong, China, the best goalie of the tournament for the U18 tournament here. It's Rexton Chui, number 1. As for Luxembourg, their goalie, number 20 in net, Jesse Miguel Corbidillo. 2 very interesting teams. Of course, Luxembourg with the size advantage, but Hong Kong, China, we know they have the speed. Can they utilize their speed and upset these giants in from Luxembourg? We will see in 60 minutes, and that's the start of the game. Luxembourg in the white jerseys, and Hong Kong, China in red. And joining us tonight is Mr. Keith Fong, longtime Hong Kong legendary ice hockey player and ice hockey event organizer. He is also the venue and operations director here at the tournament. Mr. Fong, he's been having a busy day, certainly fiddling with the microphone. We're having a little headset problem, but you're on, right?
All right, thanks for having me, Scotty. Yes, after some minor difficulties, we're here and excited to be back again here for the 3rd World Championships. The Hong Kong's hosting. We just had a great open ceremony, and yeah, I mean, looking forward to not only tonight, but a great week of hockey coming right up.
Early on in the game, Hong Kong, China in their own zone. Teams still trying to figure each other out. These 2 teams haven't played last season. They were in different divisions. Luxembourg being relegated from a higher division. Certainly going to be the top favorites here, but one of the things we talked about early on today was the climate and ice conditions here in Hong Kong, China. Luxembourg is from a much drier and cooler region. And coming to Hong Kong, China, we will see if they can get used to the ice here. Keith, any word from Luxembourg? Have you talked to any other players?
Well, I mean, for Hong Kong, though, I mean, they're on own soil. Their first game, they got a lot of fans. Their family are here. They're going to be, obviously, maybe some jitters. So they got to make sure that they play hard here, and you know, once that a few plays happen here and there, I think they're gonna be all warmed up and they're gonna play well.
About a minute and a half gone in the opening period. A lot of fans showing up after the Easter holidays. Everyone's back. We have all our volunteers back and all the fans back in the stands. But last week it was a great showing to support the women's Hong Kong Chinese team, and they surely did not disappoint. I would say they were underdogs to start the tournament with, and they created a huge historic upset win over some very, very good opponents, including remember very clearly Ukraine. So good. But they just could not beat the Hong Kong goalie. And Keith, that also goes back to the saying, a hot goalie wins you short tournaments like these.
Oh, that's what they needed, right? I mean, they followed the game plan, good defense and use their speed, and congratulations to the women's team. And let's see if the men can follow suit.
Hong Kong China in the attacking zone, centering pass now number 7, Ryan Lee with a long shot. This one blocked. Luxembourg with the puck on the right side. A little hit there. Puck gets out into the Hong Kong Chinese zone, and number 2, Antoine Thomas, goes in for the puck. Hong Kong chipped it out of their own zone. Going out is number 5, Wang Qingyu. 16, Michael Shum. Slightly impeding the attacking player in Antoine Thomas, but no calls there. Going back the other way, Hong Kong China couldn't get it out from their own zone, and now Luxembourg has the puck in their attacking zone. Their players were getting changed, and a nice save by Rexton Chui early on in the game.
Oh, it's good to see Rexton in the nets. He was definitely a star during the U18 tournament, and he looks very calm, cool, and collective, and there you go, no rebound.
Here's a little trip there, no calls. Referee from Spain, Carlos Trobanjo. The two-lines person from Chinese Taipei, Tong Chi-run. And from Slovakia, Miroslav Sverdon.
Despite looks like Luxembourg, their size is a little bit bigger, but it seems like Hong Kong's trying the physical game with a couple of big hits early on. And let's just see if that progresses throughout the whole game.
We've seen all 4 teams playing this tournament earlier today. Now these 2 teams are the teams that we haven't seen yet, and Luxembourg, the top favorites of the tournament, versus Hong Kong China. Of course, we are seeing the size difference, but Hong Kong China early on in the first period, they are doing quite well. Here is a breakaway chance, almost a breakaway chance. The player was a little too fast. Puck didn't quite hit the player. Here's a long shot from Luxembourg, gets in for a change as well. Open puck right near the goalie. Hong Kong China was able to get it out. Nice pass there to the right side. Number 8, Loco Wong. For a game that had a chance to talk to Loco Wong. Full name Wong Yin Loco. He said, I'm going to eat all the pucks. I'm going to block every single puck that goes my way. I'm not going to be fearful. I'll play my best to help the team to get a win here tonight. Loco, you've seen him play. He used to be a little kid running around, and now he is part of this team as one of the more experienced team members.
Yeah, I mean, I know Loco since he's very young. He's a great kid. Well, I don't say kid anymore, but great guy. One of the funny and great to have as a teammate. I mean, he keeps everybody loose, and a well-added addition to the team Hong Kong China.
15 minutes remaining. Here's another save by the goalie.
Yeah, so far been pretty even, both sides here. I'm pretty sure Hong Kong would want to get a few more shots towards the Luxembourg side here, but again, they just got to get rid of, get used to their opening jitters, and I think they'll get to the game plan here.
Shots on goals right now, 5-0, all Luxembourg so far. On the ice, it doesn't seem like 5-0, but it's shots on goals. The shot has to hit the net. Now here is Brantang cutting in, behind the net, feeding it out. Unable to make the connection there. Luxembourg, here is going to be a norm up, likely a penalty against Luxembourg.
21. Good forechecking here by Ryan Chu. He's coming up there in the corner and obviously gets tripped up. And first power play goes to Hong Kong.
Good time for Hong Kong, China to get some shots on the goal. Taking the face off Justin Cheng, number 19. On his left, number 24, Wat Tin Lock, as we call him, Jovi Wat. Behind him, Brian Tang. Number 10, Brendan Choi to the left. Nice cross-ice pass. Couldn't quite handle the pass, and now Luxembourg has a chance to get it out of their own zone. Luxembourg, despite their size, the speed is quite comparable to the Hong Kong squad here. There's a reason why they were up in Division 3A last season. The age might become an issue for some of these Luxembourg players, but this Hong Kong team is predominantly youthful team, whereas on the Luxembourg squad, quite a number of more experienced players, should I say. 24, Wat Tin Lump, will be Wat with the puck, goes down deep. They were hesitant to find their options with a long shot. This was deflected back behind the net. Hong Kong there, figured to put the puck first. Brendan Choi calling for the puck on the blue line. Here is Joby Wat with his shot pass. This one deflected by Luxembourg, 44 seconds remaining on the power play. Here comes a cross-ice pass to Joby Wat. Luxembourg gets it, scoops it down, and another shot on goal for Luxembourg.
Hong Kong finally got their passing game going, got it all set up, but I mean they still need to have that. Oh, there's a chance here. They still need to have the guys in front and get some shots on net.
19 seconds to go in the power play. Here comes number 7, Ryan Lee on the right side.
Off the post.
Just missed 5 more seconds, and that should pretty much do it for the power play. But I think this power play did give some confidence to Hong Kong China. That's a shove right there. Referee right there decided not to call anything. Here's another opportunity for Hong Kong China. Taking the shot, number 5, Wen Ting Yu, quickly going back to their own zone.
So it looks like their best chance came when Ryan Lee came down that right wing, and he actually beat the goaltender. I'm not sure we have a replay of that, but looks like it hit the post, but it stayed out. So close call there. Hong Kong could have got the lead there, but well, how they say, close doesn't really count too much, right?
Shots on goals. 6-2. Hong Kong coming back a little. They're creeping more and more into the attacking zone. Stealing puck possession time from Luxembourg. Smaller, niftier, more agile Hong Kong Chinese player. Very nice play, trying to knock it back into the attacking zone. But Luxembourg gets it back into the Hong Kong zone with a small little bump onto the boards. Luxembourg with very good sizable difference between these two teams. But when they start skating off, they have a great jump. Hong Kong tries an interception in mid-ice, sends it down. Luxembourg, number 12, Toft, chasing after the puck. Tries to jam it in past Rexon Choi. Rexon not having any of that.
Well, you mentioned the side server there, but if you recall, Scotty, the Hong Kong team had a couple of big hits early on, and that actually, got their team going. So I mean, it looks like Hong Kong is here to play. They're not afraid, even though the size difference. So good for them for the good start.
That's certainly great coaching here in Hong Kong, China. Great head coach Michael Becerril doing a great job with all three teams here, well, including the under 20 team. That's 4 teams, and a lot of teams, team players do overlap. We do have a lot of under 18 boys playing up here in the seniors circuit here. The same with Joby Watt, the 2 goalies. And there's going to be more, but right now I'm just fascinated with this game right here. And you just look at the size difference. It's immense. A great pass to the far side of the net, and just one-time attempt there just missed. Hong Kong slowly gaining more and more puck possession time. Luxembourg playing very cool, calm. Hong Kong, China from their own zone to Joby Watt on the right side. Tries to run across the blue line, and there's a whistle.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned some of the U18 players, or even just some of the younger players, I guess you can say. I mean, I guess I have to give a shout out to the Hong Kong League, because the league itself here has gained an opportunity for these players. Bobby Yang there as well. You mentioned the 2 goalies. For them to play in our top level in Hong Kong has prepared these guys, for a situation like this, on the big stage.
We've already reached the halfway mark of the opening period. Still no score between these 2 teams. Look at the world standings. Hong Kong, China has done already a great job, and they don't look at all like underdogs in this game here right now. I'm thinking it's more like 60-40 for Luxembourg. I'm from Hong Kong, China as well, so I could be saying the other way, but Luxembourg, oh, that's a post, and now it's a goal. Just when I'm saying Hong Kong, China, they're underdogs, they managed to score the first goal of the game.
Well, what we always say is just, throw the puck at the net. You never know what's going to happen. Good things happen. The first shot initially hit the post, and it went behind the goaltender, but let's just see who grabs it behind there. Look, puck becomes loose. Looks like, there we go. Oh, I wonder if it went in. It might be from the defenseman. Other than that, it might be, unless they gave it to Justin. Justin Chang was there to poke it in there.
I thought it was the goalie's back leg kicking it in more than another player. When we have time, we'll take another look at the goal.
But no matter what, the main thing is, get the puck towards the net, good things will happen.
Nothing Hong Kong, China. A surprising start to this game here. But you do see Hong Kong, China getting more and more puck possession as they get more comfortable. Here is another chance. He being pulled down, and it's another goal. 2-0 Hong Kong, China.
Just like you said, Scotty, they're getting confidence with every shift. Number 18, Zhang, comes down, makes a nice move, looks like he gets pulled down, but he still manages to get to his backhand and tuck it into that far side to give Hong Kong a 2-0 lead. Here's, as you can see, I mean, he gets tugged there, but he still controls it, pushes over, and we are Hong Kong leading 2-0.
Is it Tim? No, not Tim.
It's not Tim either.
Scoring goal number 18, Cheng Ping King. Hong Kong up by 2 now. Here's Luxembourg with the puck. Number 19 going in, Sammy Shrika. Now puck goes the other way. Hong Kong China coming back. Number 6, Ryan Tang with a shot on the goalie's path. Ryan Tang will be finding it, trying to work his way out. Now Luxembourg gets it back. Back into the corner, Luxembourg gets it. Hong Kong with a very aggressive forecheck here. Puck ends up in the neutral zone. Control and play, Hong Kong China, Brendan Choi. Choi moves it along with speed, gaining speed, moving to the right side to number 24, Joby Watt. Watt spins around in front of the goalie. It's the red shirt, number 19, trying to end that shot with a rebound. That one, the goalie had it. The crowd called a goal, the referees did not. I'm sure it's not a goal. Just some overexcited crowd here.
Well,
Hong Kong doing all the right things.
the puck did become loose, but it was a quick whistle, as you can see on the replay there. So, I mean, looks like goaltender is giving up quite a lot of rebounds. If I was Hong Kong, I'd be keep shooting right now.
Hong Kong China, number 5, Wang Qingyu from behind his own net. Now Luxembourg with some pressure along the blue line with a long shot. This one goalie, Rexton Choi, stick save, steered it wide. Hong Kong China with a 2-goal lead. Very, very surprising to me anyway. I'm sure most of the fans don't think the same as I do. But it's very hard to imagine these Luxembourg players letting Hong Kong China scoring 2 goals just in the first period. So when you look at Luxembourg, everything there is solid. They skate well, they play well. I think it's just a matter of getting used to the play style here in Hong Kong. The high pressure style is probably going to catch them off guard. And Hong Kong, China, I know they do have the energy, the stamina to sustain the pressure throughout the game. And how much is this going to take its toll on the Luxembourg players' endurance? That remains to be seen. There's a broken stick. Player smart to drop the stick immediately. Luxembourg trying to take advantage of a bad change here. Attempted centering pass.
Well, I think one more thing too as well. Although you can say Hong Kong has a home court advantage, I guess a home ice advantage, but it all talks about preparation work too. I mean, you mentioned the coaching staff. The coaching staff is great. Getting all these players ready, be prepared. The first game is so important, so it looks like they are well prepared today.
6:09 to go in the opening period. We're looking at an upset here. Despite what most people think in this rink, it's gonna be an upset. Statistics-wise, ranking-wise. Here's Hong Kong again. Brian Lang, another goal. Every time I say something bad about Hong Kong, China, they do something.
Well, it's not a surprise, not an upset. I don't think so anymore. Look at these guys. So Tang this time comes down the right side and just fires a bullet blocker side. And as I mentioned, if I was Hong Kong right now, I'd be firing on anything right now. And kudos for them now with the 3-0 lead.
Goalie Jesse Miguel Barbadillo did challenge fairly far out, but
what a shot on goal! Shots on goal.
But it was just too nicely placed, pinpoint accuracy. Hong Kong seemingly climbed back from being pressured from the beginning of the game, and now the shots on goals 11-7. Hong Kong still down, but they're coming much closer. Here's another shot. Stick safe, deflected to the side. There's a lot of work for the Luxembourg coaching crew to do during the intermission. Going to adjust to the play of this Hong Kong Chinese squad here. A little hit there into the Hong Kong Chinese bench. Here's a shot. steered away by Rexton Tui. Puck play along the boards. Luxembourg forces it back into the Hong Kong Chinese zone at 5:16 to go. Luxembourg with a little hit there. Luxembourg could have played a little more physical with his size. And when you don't exert physical pressure on the Hong Kong Chinese teams, you're letting them use their speed over use over you. Here's the puck out into the neutral zone. Luxembourg picking it up. Number 3, Joseph Kapp. Gap with the puck. Slowly slides around. Going the other way. Could get past the Hong Kong Chinese. Forecheck in the neutral zone. And now they run into trouble. Luxembourg sends it down. It should be icing, and it will be icing.
You know, Luxembourg looks like they're getting a little frustrated here, you know, with the Hong Kong speed and tenacity. And that's what they're going to have to do all game. They're going to keep at Luxembourg in order, and it's shown that it's very successful. And that's why they have that 3-0 lead.
4:32 to go in the first period. Hong Kong China with the face-off win. Shoots it down, but trick goes along. Goalie made the first save. Rebound, this one wide. Hong Kong China with more offensive chances here. Number 8, Loco Wong. But out into the neutral zone. Hong Kong still with possession. We don't have those stats, but I'd be interested in seeing the possession time for each team. It's one little step at each time.
Well, I think the possession time, Luxembourg had the earlier time, but I mean, the tables have turned, and I'm sure that Hong Kong now probably has more of the possession time in this second half of the first period.
Face-off, win with Hong Kong with a long shot, goalie with a pad save. Hong Kong China sends it down back to the corner. Forced away by Luxembourg. Chips it down. Luxembourg, number 12. Leopold Puff with the chase. Now behind the net with the battle. Hong Kong China spins away and gets it into an open area. Try to make a move. Makes another move going through 2 players. Couldn't get past the third one. David Turk, the ultimate captain for Luxembourg, with a huge shot gloved down by Rexton Tui. Tries to leave it for his teammates to play, but the play was whistled down.
Yeah, usually the referee will let the play little go there, but kind of a quick whistle. And you see the referee now talking to Rexton here, saying that, hey, you know, next time I'll probably give you that few extra seconds you can play it.
Number 23, Yam Yao.
Yeah.
Brothers here, Yam Yi and Yam Yao, number 22 and number 23. Yao is a forward. At least that's what listed. Yam Yi, a defender. Yep. Yao. Springer gets it with a long shot. This one wide. Picked up by David Church on the right, tries to send it towards the net. Hong Kong gets it, clears it. Now Luxembourg with top possession now. Sends it down for the chase. Going after the chase, number 9, Cole Cannon. Didn't quite get to the puck first. Now in the neutral zone, trying to trap the puck. It's calm off. Springer chips it out. Hong Kong China with possession. Battle in the corner with a long shot. This one went past the goalie, was wide. Luxembourg spins around. They can't quite get everything connected in this first period. Minute 18 to go.
Yeah, it looks like Hong Kong there got caught on the back change, and there's the player coming on to the ice. I mean, the player has to go off, so you're left with 6 players there. So that's why Hong Kong now is going to be short-handed. Luxembourg gets their first power play of the game with a minute 17 left here in the first period.
Minute 17 to go, 3-0 Hong Kong, China. Everyone having a good time here. Power play time. Luxembourg. Great passing. Finally, they find room and space to skate around, not having to deal with the speedy Hong Kong players. Less pressure exerted, and now you can see the minute Hong Kong stops exerting the pressure and utilizing their speed, Luxembourg is able to control play in the attacking zone and doing quite well so as well. It's very important for Hong Kong, China to keep up the pace and speed and not to let up at all this game to keep this lead here. The long shot here, gloved down by Rexton Cui.
Even though Luxembourg here has some good puck control passing around, I mean, Hong Kong hasn't really given much. I mean, they've been tight in their box, and shots, you saw from last one, coming way out, and Rexton had little trouble.
Luxembourg unable to keep it in his zone. Yam Yao sends it down. Number 11, Wong Wei Sum with the puck on the right side, unable to get it onto the goalie. 10 seconds to go in the opening period. Here comes Luxembourg, tries to get it in. Hong Kong sends it down for an icing call. No ice. Hong Kong is down a man. That would do it for the first period. Hong Kong, China still down a man, and they're going to be down for another 43 seconds in the second period.
Well, that was an excellent first period by Hong Kong. As we mentioned, usually the first few minutes, the home crowd, first game to get the jitters, they got that out of the way. Then they had some good puck possession, shots at the net. As you can see, with their 3 goals, they just shot at the net. Picked up the rebound. Then Brian Tang with the third goal with a great shot over the blocker. And Hong Kong just needs to, they got to stay out of the box, okay? And they got to keep doing what they're doing.
We'll take a short break. When we're back, we'll bring you period number 2 between Luxembourg and Hong Kong, China. welcome everyone back to DBI Rink in Discovery Bay, Hong Kong, China. We are playing the third game of the night. Hong Kong, China play host to Luxembourg. After one period, shot on goals, 14-10 in favor of Luxembourg. But in terms of goals, it's all Hong Kong, China, 3-0. Joining us, Keith Fong, long-time legendary referee, ice hockey player, goalie. You're everything, aren't you?
Yeah, I guess you can say I'm the what, the experienced guy, the veteran.
That's another way of saying you're old.
Well, you know what's great? I'm seeing there's still a lot of the VIPs that are still here that stayed for the opening ceremony. Had a great opening ceremony. Really appreciate everybody's attendance there, and they enjoyed the drone show, and you know they're still sticking around watching this game.
And Hong Kong being host for 3 World Championships, it's honestly it's a lot of work for everyone involved. But you know we are getting the attention from our government, and anytime with sports like ice hockey, any exposure is just good for the sports overall. And basically the entire community, the ice hockey community here in Hong Kong, they're here to help in some sort of way. And it's just nice to see everyone out here supporting the same cause. In the first minute of the period, now we're back to 5-on-5 equal strength. Hong Kong successfully killed off the power play. Hong Kong, China from behind his own net. Escapes the check, sends it down the ice, and it's gonna be icing.
Well, Hong Kong just got to keep doing what they did in the first period. You know, I know the shots were Luxembourg more, but I mean sometimes not just number of shots, it's the quality of shots, and Hong Kong made the best of it, obviously, and you know with their shooting, and you know they're rewarded for the lead right now.
3 goals scored by Hong Kong, China, all coming from different players. Number 5, Wang Jingyu. Number 18, Zheng Ping. And number 6, Brian Tang.
So I guess the first goal, as we talked about, the shot actually hit the post, and the goalie actually kicked in. So it wasn't Justin Chang that poked in. So it was the defenseman that was credited with the goal, Wang.
One of the worst feelings as a goalie, you make the save and then you kick it in because you get one too many movement on your legs. And you wouldn't know when you're on the ice. But
well, Scotty, I wouldn't have that problem because it just usually goes through me already, so I wouldn't have the second chance.
A little over a minute played in the second period. Hong Kong already in for a very quick change. Everyone goes in. And Brendan Choi, number 10, playing it there. Oh, it's a post. Brendan Choi, a very young player, obviously playing a major role here. Very, very solid player on D. There's another whistle. As the fans take the chance to give us more chance, yelling Hong Kong Gong Ga Yao, that means go Hong Kong, really.
Hong Kong, add oil.
Yeah, add oil is the Chinese way, or the Cantonese way to say things. Face off in the Hong Kong Chinese zone. Luxembourg. Top. Hong Kong not afraid to play the body. Luxembourg tries to get it back out into the blue line, unable to keep it in. Now Hong Kong, China with number 14 Yan moving and tries a shot, saved by the goalie. Number 14 Yan took long, better known as Bob, or Bobby Yan. Also one of the up and coming, well not young and coming anymore, right Keith?
No, he's actually one of the stars here. As you can see, a great burst of speed here. Out muscles the defender here. Tries to make a move, and just the outstretched pad of the goaltender to keep that from being a 4-0 lead.
Chips it in. Hong Kong with possession. Backhands it back out into the blue line. Yam Yi sends it in. Goalie made a great stick save, steers it to the side. Now Luxembourg sends it down the ice and it's icing, so they're not able to change. Face up back to the Luxembourg zone.
Yeah, you mentioned earlier the two brothers, Yam Yi, Yam Yao, the forward, Yam Yi, who plays also in the HKL, quarterbacking there in the blue line here. Solid defenseman as usual, and obviously makes the team a lot solid actually back there with his defensive skills.
More shot from Hong Kong, China in front of the Luxembourg net. Play going the other way. Hong Kong, China able to intercept the puck and send it back the other way. That's number 2, the captain, Tony No.
Well, as you can see, Hong Kong's not afraid of the physical game. They're matching the physical strength here of Luxembourg, and they're gaining confidence, as you can see, throughout the whole game.
Hong Kong, China again from the left side. A little bump there, and another shoulder there, and the referee happy to let play move on. Luxembourg, number 3, Joseph Kopp, tries to give it to his teammate, number 22, Charlie Springer. Hong Kong, China with a shot, number 6, Brian Tang again. One of the more important players on the team, as he is one of the few players currently playing abroad. Number 6, Brian Tang, 5'11", playing for the Boston Junior Rangers in the in the United States of America. The other player listed currently playing abroad is number 23, Yam Yao, plays for a U18 program in the USA as well. Everyone else plays locally here in Hong Kong. There's a spin around shot, that one blocked and screen. The goalie made a great pass save there. Tip of the puck up is Charlie Springer. On to number 23, David Church. Church to Springer. In front of the net to number 15, Miracle Moser. Moser missed the pass, and now Hong Kong, China goes in, dumps it in for a change. Note that we're in the second period right now. Here's another great save by the goalie. Initially having problems hanging on to the puck, and finally managed to get the skipping puck into his gloves.
Oh yeah, definitely. He needed that save there. I mean, 4-0 is going to be really tough, but as he concentrated, looked back, looked in front, got his glove up, no rebound, and big save there.
And anytime when you have a pass coming out from behind the net, it's a tough one for the goalies. But there's very little time for the goalie to react. Here is Luxembourg with a shot. This one blocked by stick. Going back for the back check is number 12, Leopold Toft. Toft's very, very energetic player. Skates the entire length of the ice. Great two-way forward. Tries to pass the puck out. Now here is Toft again. Get the puck in. Glove down by Rexton Chui. Laid it back down on the ice for his teammate. Here is a possible hand pass. Sideway pass. Another pass. This one blocked by Hong Kong, China, but Cannon gets it. Cannon fights through 3 red shirts. Spins around. Looking for number 2, Antoine Thomas. Thomas back to Cannon. Cannon turns around, shot, blocker saved by the goalie. Antoine Thomas muscles his way out. Back to number 9, Colm Cannon. Claude Masson dumps it back in. Puck battle along the corner. Back out to the blue line. And Hong Kong with the puck, number 10, Brandon Choi goes in, centering pass. This one tipped. Now Luxembourg goes the other way. Luxembourg tries to weave his way past. Puck back into the neutral zone. Spins around, gets it back into the Luxembourg zone, and Hong Kong, China with another chance. Here's Yam Yao, dumps it back down. Goalie number 20, Jesse Miguel Barbadillo. From behind the net. Seems like the Luxembourg players are doing a better job clogging up the center, making the passes a little harder for the Hong Kong Chinese team. And here they go for a change. Hong Kong China hoping to catch them on a bad change, and it's going to be an icing call. It's going to be waved off by the front lines person. Now Hong Kong China from behind the net weaving around. Luxembourg gets it. Now with a little time, Hong Kong still keeps adding the pressure, making things very difficult for Luxembourg. Now Hong Kong with a missed pass. Rexton Choi comes out of play. Conservatively steering puck to the side. And Hong Kong tries to make a move. He gets through. 3-on-2 opportunity. Gets it past the blue line. Here is number 9, Ryan Chu. Goes in. And it's a goal.
You know, the play actually all started down here in the Hong Kong zone where, you know, Rexton could have held the puck for a whistle, but he kept the play going on. And Hong Kong had a fast break moving up. Great play by Ryan Chu. Makes a nice move. Goalie makes a save. Big rebound. Brian Tan comes in, taps in the rebound. 4-0 Hong Kong.
Hong Kong China having the best of starts. And we're approaching the midway mark of the game. It seems like Luxembourg is having problems solving this jigsaw puzzle named Hong Kong China. Lifts it up into the back end zone. Luxembourg battling, trying to put the puck back out for teammates. Now Hong Kong China gets it out. Almost a breakaway chance. There's a little mistake made by Luxembourg by over-committing one of those defenders. That's an icing call.
I mean, Hong Kong's just got to keep doing what they're doing right now, and they're frustrating Luxembourg, and Luxembourg can't get anything going. I mean, you know, all the chances, and you know, Hong Kong's coming back the other way and scoring on their opportunities.
In terms of shots on goals, they're now pretty even. Now Hong Kong China with the lead, 19-18. Not the best 5 minutes in the game played by Hong Kong China, but they've found it, footing and pacing. Now they're on the roll. It's Luxembourg's turn to try and turn the tide. Being the favorites in this game, they certainly do have the skills and the motors to do it. Still 4-0 Hong Kong China. Brandon Choi, number 10, circles around. Lots of space to move as the Luxembourg players are trying to get a change. Along the boards. Hong Kong China finds room. Turns around. Nice move, trying to spin around. And lets up a shot, no goal.
Off the post.
Luxembourg goes the other way, chips it in. Hong Kong first two, the puck slashes back out into the neutral zone. With 10:05 to go, we're just at the halfway point of the game.
Well, there's a number of players that really impressed me so far, and one of them was number 18, Zhang. he came in there and just ripped a shot and just hit the post.
And there goes another shot. This one hit the leg. Hong Kong China from behind the net, regrouping. On to the left side. Number 8, Loco Wong. Loco. Luxembourg with the puck, nice cross-ice pass. Running into defender, unable to make it through. Now they do. Going through number 7, Joaquin Nunez. Falls down, puck picked up by a teammate, number 21, in Thierry Biron. Play is onside. Pressure building from the right side, hits the post, rebound, block save by the player, and number 2. Tony Leung, the captain, leading by example. Well, 2 shots in a row. Here's another shot. Only made enough pass save. Now Hong Kong is in trouble. Managed to fire it down the ice, and there is going to be a penalty.
It looks like a Luxembourg penalty, number 9. I mean, basically, well, let's just take a look. Maybe there might be a couple of penalties here as the referee sorting it out. But, I mean, Luxembourg almost gets a goal here off the post, and some chances here front, as you can see here. Looks like a little bit of a trip, but then Luxembourg comes in and takes out the Hong Kong player as well. So let's just see what the referee signals here for penalties.
I believe the Luxembourg player, he is pointing to his mask, possibly complaining about previous infraction being uncalled.
So you see there's a little trip right there. I can't see if the referee had the arm up, but obviously Luxembourg comes in and takes out the Hong Kong player here. So let's just see what the penalties are. Nothing's on the board at the moment, so I think they're discussing and see what penalties will be called. I'm guessing, yeah. So it looks like the only penalties is Hong Kong penalty to number 2, their captain. Looks like he's the only one that's getting a penalty. Tony Leung there, and Luxembourg will be on the power play.
The 5-1-4 now. Luxembourg getting a chance to climb back into the game. Still have time, but they're down by 4 goals. If they want something to happen, it better happen now. Luxembourg showing off the skills. Number 19. Jamie Rika, now puck goes the other way. Going back and collects the puck at 21, Thierry Biron. Biron sends it to the left side, intercepted the Hong Kong China with a shot here. This is wide. Thierry Biron to Sammy Rika. Moves it on the right side. Biron with the puck, loses it, gave it away. Hong Kong to Brian Tang. And that's another goal. That's an onside play. Brian Tang with another goal for Hong Kong China.
Again, another great defensive play here. The pass is up, reaches up, onside. Brian Tang comes in, makes a move. Goes 5-hole, and I believe that's the Hattie, isn't it? The hat trick.
It was possibly outside, but we can't be sure. We do not have offside reviews here in these divisions. So no coaches' challenges. That's a 5th goal, and it's a short-handed goal by Hong Kong China.
Hat trick. was his hat trick, isn't it?
Ryan Tang, that's the second goal, or the third goal of the natural hat trick by Brian Tang, number 6, Hong Kong. Shots on goals are still even at 20 each, but it's Hong Kong, China that's in the lead, 5 goals. And you just have to, part of the reason has to be the goalie, Maxim Chui already, the top goalkeeper in the under-18 tournament. He's playing another exceptional game here. Of course, Luxembourg, there are other ways they can try to work their way into the Hong Kong zone. Right now, things are just not connected with Luxembourg. But a long shot there. Thought they could have used a little more of that. The size, the height. Oh, that's a huge hit along the boards. That one not called. Referee happy to let it go. Luxembourg going in. Move past one, move past second. Gives it back now onto the right side. Onside call. Dumps it around the Rink. Picking the puck, that's number 3. Joseph Top on the left side. Antoine Thomas tries to center it to Luton. Number 10, Lutov. Chips it in again, and now Brendan Choi with the puck. Choi ran into the boards. Luxembourg keeping possession with 5:52 remaining. Cannon on to the left side with a long shot. This one blocked by number 11.
Ryan Wong.
Ryan Wong. Or Wong Wai Sung. Now I know he's Ryan. I do apologize to a lot of these Hong Kong Chinese players on my roster. Some of you I don't have your English names. I can only go with what's listed on my roster until Keith tells me who you are. And, I promise I'll get to know you guys a little better.
Well, Ryan took this big hit there in the corner by guys probably twice his size, but hey, as you can see, you know, the Hong Kong players, I mean, they're resilient. I mean, they're just going to get right back up. You know, we'll take what we can get, and you know, we're going to win. You know, beat you on the scoreboard here.
Leopold toss. Back to Sammy Srika. Dumps it in. There are Luxembourg fans in the audience here tonight. That's almost a giveaway, but Top sent it back. Church goes after the puck, and there's a whistle.
Icing. Well, I mentioned that actually, obviously, all the players have been playing very well. I mean, goaltending and everything, but you know, 2 players, as mentioned earlier, number 18 Zhang has really caught my eye, and also defensive number 10 Brendan Choi. He's been playing a solid game back there. I mean, he moves the puck well, he controls it, and you know, you need all the players going, and I noticed these 2 players have been really contributing in this game here. As you can see here, you know, Hong Kong's got to keep shooting the puck. Goaltender Miguel there can leave some juicy rebound, so Hong Kong just needs to crash the net. You see the point shot here, grabs it but lets it go, but fortunately he was able to smother it to alleviate any other chances from Hong Kong.
Under 5 minutes to go in the second period. Here's another near goal.
Well, they're moving the puck well. I mean, that pass there by Ryan Lee almost connected here with Ryan Chu. He just stands on it. Had he connected, I mean, there's a probably good chance here that might have been a 6-0 lead.
Quick reaction from the goal. Still unbelievable to look at the score with Hong Kong China leading by 5 goals against this newly relegated team of Luxembourg. And when I say relegated team, I do not mean it as a bad thing. It just says it's going to be the top team in the division. We all know how difficult it is to gain promotion to another division. And If you can't stay up there for a couple of years, and, that means you belong there. It's unfortunate with Luxembourg. They got relegated last season. They've actually been in Division 3A for quite a while. They've never been playing in Division 3B ever, I believe. Under 4 minutes to go in the second. Hong Kong, China still with a 5-goal lead. Lutov with a shot, this one whipped on it. Quickly taken up by Antoine Thomas. Thomas with a shot, goal went high, and Thomas took a hit. And he's down and wondering why there was no penalty. The referee acknowledged his complaint. Thomas just goes back into the bench. Now we have a whistle. Now let's take a look at that hit again. I do believe he has a point here.
Well, looks like the hit came as he was release the puck. So I mean, it wasn't a high hit or anything. He had the puck. I believe that was number 6, Brian Tang. And so not only Brian is, contributing in the score sheet with the hat trick, and he's dishing out this big check. So I don't know. I think that was a fine hit actually.
3:20 to go. Long shot by Brendan Choi. This one just missed. Now Luxembourg with some speed coming up with number 13, Frank Strapoto. Turns around and shoot. This one went wide. Lutov going back for the puck. Going right after him is Locko Wong, number 8. A young player who says he's going to eat up all the puck going his way. Locko sends it the other way. Hong Kong, China still keeps possession in the attacking zone now. Luxembourg has a breakout chance, but unable to make it through the defense. Brandon Choi, very calm and composed, waiting for his teammates to get in position. Flips it to number 14, Bobby Yan. Yan fumbles with the puck, backhands it. And now we have an offside call, and that's what happens when you have the benches located in these locations where deep inside the zone. So whenever your team is in an offside situation and you go into a change, you're going to be remaining offside until the entire team goes back out into the neutral zone. Could be a disadvantage, but could be an advantage, and that is a huge hit by Ngan Chun Lok or Bobby. Bob. Here's Luxembourg with a chance. Unable to make that cross-ice pass. Joby Watt with the puck. The under 18 player playing up in a senior men's squad. Minute 30 to go. And here's another hit laid on by Luxembourg. Watt 10 lock. Joby breaking out, trying to make a move. Unable to, but makes the pass. Here's a shot. Goalie made a great save. Luxembourg trying to make a pass. It's Mosser, dumps it in. Charlie Springer around the net, final minute for the second period. Still no goals from Luxembourg.
No, you can see that Hong Kong's not backing down the physicality. I mean, they're matching hit for hit, and the great thing is for them right now, they're coming back, making great defensive plays, and again, Luxembourg have hardly any grade A scoring chances.
You can see the Luxembourg power play; they were decent when they had their chances, and I think it's very important for Hong Kong China to stay out of the box, even with a 5-goal lead. Oh, here's a nice pass and a nice shot, but better safe there. Oh, he was able to go lateral, and here is going to be a dump in by Luxembourg. Nothing else but a dump in. And that's it for the period, and before we go, we will show you that save over at the Luxembourg end, which was awesome, I think.
Yeah, I mean, you see Luxembourg went for the big hit, but, you know, it gives up that chance for Hong Kong, and just looks like, I'm not sure if the goalie made the save here, as we can see on the replay. Makes that pass. Oh, off the skates, and goalie just gets this pad down. Now, it might have been a, you know, not sure that would have counted, but as long as there's no kicking motion, that might have counted. But nevertheless, it stayed out, and Hong Kong now is enjoying a 5-0 lead as we head into the second intermission.
While we're waiting for the third period, captain for Luxembourg, Colin Cannon, talking to the referee right now, probably asking for explanations for certain calls or non-calls, and he doesn't seem to be satisfied with the explanation. But you know, the good thing we can learn about from this is he does everything properly, does not go chasing after referees. He waits patiently, as directed by the linesperson, outside the referee's crease. And when the referee has time, the referee initiates conversation. I think that's the way things should be done. And Keith, any comments?
Yeah, I mean, once again, you know, Hong Kong just need to keep playing the way they are. I mean, as you can tell, they're confident. I mean, yeah, the other players may be a little bigger and more physical, but, you know, Hong Kong is giving it back to them as well, too, on their physicality and making, you know, their scoring chances, you know, count. So look for that and defensive plays, and got another period to go, but they're looking good at the moment.
We'll take a short break. When we're back, period number 3. back to Hong Kong, China. This is DBI Spring. We're coming to you live from this fabulous facility. After 2 periods of play, the score is 5-0. Hong Kong, China with the lead. Talk on goal numbers. 25-22. Hong Kong, China with the lead. Both goalies having a great outing, but you just have to look over to Rex and Choi. Certainly the better goalie right now. He's keeping everything safe and sound for Hong Kong, China. And here goes the third period of play between these two teams. The hosts, Hong Kong, China, against the top favorites in this division, Luxembourg.
Well, what Luxembourg needs to do is actually, if they can, they have to score early to cut this 5-0 lead into a bit of a start. But let's just see how Hong Kong responds here.
Luxembourg, most of the team, most of the players belong to Tornado Luxembourg, local team there in Luxembourg. Some of the players playing around Europe, some in Austria, the Netherlands, in Germany. Charlie Springer plays for Otto Grün in Germany. Some players from other teams in Luxembourg as well. And the thing you should take note is the average height is 6'1" and an average weight of 183 pounds. That's 1.85 meters and 83 kilograms for those who like the metric system. Hong Kong, it's a 5'9", 1.76 meters, and 157 pounds. That's almost half my weight. And one of the reasons why it's significantly lower team average age. Hong Kong kind of comes in at 22, and Luxembourg comes in at 25. The captain Home Cannon and Antoine Thomas being two of the most experienced player in the squad. Also Sven Kutchen, number 25, who we haven't seen much of today. A minute and a half played in third period. Hong Kong takes a hit along the corner in the own zone. Still looking dangerous, Hong Kong, China, with a lot of pop in their skating. Here is Brendan Choi, calls for the puck goes in. Goalie looked hurt, and the referee immediately stopped play.
Yeah, one of the players we mentioned earlier, Brendan Choi was, you can tell, look, he has a lot of confidence coming in, makes a nice move as he goes around the defense, and then he slides into the goaltender, and but I do not think the referee had his arm up, so there's no penalty. Could have been a penalty, and guys, he kind of obviously went in by himself, but Hong Kong's fortunate that they're not down a man at the moment.
Looks like cut into the goalie's mask. The referees did give the goalie Jesse Miguel some time to recover. That's what he did, and he's okay now. Hong Kong China with a shot there, wide, blocked by Shrika. Luxembourg also coming out into the third period with a little more pop than the second period. Here's a centering attempt. This one went wide, hitting the side post. Going after the puck, number 19, Sammy Shrika, and there goes the whistle, signaling a icing call against Hong Kong, China.
We mentioned a lot of these players here have played here in Hong Kong, the Hong Kong League, and like the two goaltenders, Rexton, Moses, got Ryan Lee, Bob, Jovi. So all these players who've played here have really helped their game, and it's showing right now.
Still with a 5-goal lead, we'll see what Luxembourg coach Andrei Estipov did during the intermission. From what I can see, Luxembourg does have the tools and the players to mount a comeback. But right now, the play style, Hong Kong, China, is just right into the weak point in Luxembourg. And they're not allowing Luxembourg much time to contemplate or think about what to do.
You know,
So, yeah.
this is very textbook Hong Kong. I mean, you know, with the great coaching that they have, and it's very similar to the women's game. Great defense, right? Everybody's coming back. Everybody's picking up the player and stopping these chances at Luxembourg, and they're getting frustrated, as you can see in this game.
You may have the best coach in the world, and you may have the best tactics and strategies in the world, but it's another thing if the players follow up on the coach's plans and executing them from the first minute to the 60th minute, and that's not easy to be done. In a lot of cases, you don't see that in the previous Hong Kong Chinese teams. That's one of the common problems we've seen. But this year, across almost all the teams we've seen, the players, they are working with the coach and they're executing everything almost to the dot. And that's just something we have to come in with the coaching staff. But also, I may sound like I'm trying to make myself good in front of the chairman, but the association has a lot to do with the development, the programs to put in, all that resources and frankly money to put it that pumps into the sports, making sure players come out for practices, putting on a good program, including hiring the coaches. I think that the association deserves credit.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with you, Scotty. I mean, you know, I've been here in Hong Kong for many years, and you know, and like you said, you know, putting with the right guys, the right coaching staff. I mean, it could be the best coach and the best tactics, but if the players are not buying in, it's not going to work. It's a team game, as you can see. So far, as even the first two World Championships, both teams have done great, and even here with this one here, it's been a great start. Unfortunately, Luxembourg here just got their first goal off a face-off here.
Luxembourg with the first goal of the game here. Right off the face-off. And the shot through traffic was perfectly screened. As I said, like right on the get-go, they use their size, they shoot from the perimeter, good things happen. I think that's the way to go for Luxembourg.
Well, face-off is so important. So, you know, Joby lost that face-off, but you see a small little pick by the Luxembourg player to stop Bob Ang from getting to the shooter there, and he just shot it through and, you know, made a nice shot, and Luxembourg's finally on the board.
Also for many regions and countries here in Asia, East Asia, South Asia, I think a lot of places are similar to Hong Kong, where parents also pump in a lot of resources and time and effort to try and get their kids as much training as they could get. You know, ice time is always a problem with countries like the Philippines, Hong Kong, Malaysia, all those places, Singapore. But the problem with you could get lots of training with different coaches. So when you don't get the ice to train as a team, here we have Team Hong Kong China, you don't get the cohesion, the chemistry between the players. And we saw what a proper arena could do to Uzbekistan, building the program just a few years back, and now they're looking like they're a Division I team.
Not just that, I mean, you look at a place like Thailand, you know, it has a couple of standalone ice rinks that, you know, now their program has gone really well.
2 saves in a row by Miguel, the goalie. Play goes the other way. Luxembourg with speed going in just to lose the puck to the goalie right into it.
So back on your point there earlier, Scotty, so as you can see, with Hong Kong hosting the 3 World Championships, obviously with the great work from the Hong Kong China Ice Hockey Association. I mean, really, we had a few government bodies here at the opening ceremony. I hope they see the enthusiasm and even the, how well the teams have been played. And all I can ask for is like, we need more ice rinks. It'd be great to have our own facility and improve the program to whether it's U18, women, men's. We definitely can see that growth here and opportunity for the guys and for all the players here in Hong Kong.
Here comes Hong Kong with another chance. Here's stopping in. With Brendan Choi with a long shot. This one blocked in traffic. It didn't go through. Luxembourg with a chance here. 3-on-3 opportunity to Vincent. And it's an offside call. Luxembourg, they've almost always been a Division 3A team, finishing with the best record in 2017. That's when they don't even separate Group A and Group B. There's just 6 teams in Division 3. They won that division, promoted to Division 2B, and they went back down to 3A, and they've been a yo-yo team since then. But from 2022 all the way through 2025, they've been an active participant in Group 3A, but they haven't been doing great. Other than a bronze medal finish 2 years ago, 2024, they've been finishing 5th and 4th place, and last year they finished at 6th place. So they should be a contender in this division. But right now the scores do not reflect it.
Well, I don't think they played horribly. I just think Hong Kong just played great so far. Again, following the game plan to a T, and that's why they have that lead right now. But they got to stay out of the box there. See, you can't take needless penalties there. Where I think Yan Yina is going to take an interference penalty. Obviously, the reason why he's getting interference penalty because the puck is not there. Once the puck is gone, you can't go and hit another player. When you do that, that's 9 out of 10 times the referee's going to be calling interference penalty. So Hong Kong's got to stay out of the box, even though there's 12:51 left. But again, they can't be taking these needless penalties.
One of the factors we might want to consider is the climate in Hong Kong tonight. We're playing at a toasty 26 degrees. I'm sure those in Finland is going to be envy about our climate. But the humidity right now is at 84% relative humidity. We've seen Uzbekistan play this afternoon. They were not affected, but it was a relatively easy game for them. And honestly, they have been training in a professional structure. They were professionally trained. They have their diets taken care of, conditioned, all that. So they're physically very, very strong. But with Luxembourg, I get the feeling that they could be better, but they're right now not getting used to the Hong Kong climate, the soft ice. These are significantly bigger players in Hong Kong, so every step they take is going to cost so much more energy compared to the shorter and more nimble Hong Kong players, and also the fact that we play here, this is our home, and that's where the home court, home ice advantage comes into play. We'll look forward to seeing Luxembourg getting used to the conditions here. It's just the first game here. Oh, we have some trouble around in it, some pushing and shoving. A couple of whistles. Let's see how the referee's going to tackle this.
Well, Luxembourg, again, probably frustrated, even though they have a power play. Their shots are, again, long range, nothing great there. He's coming, they're coming into trying to get into Rexon's face, and good job by Hong Kong there to try to obviously protect the goaltender. And as you can see, like I said, frustration's kind of seeping into the Luxembourg team here. So Hong Kong just needs to keep their cool and just play their game.
You see the goalie Rexon Choi in the replay, very smart. That's what I normally do. You see things happen, you just skate away. You skate away, you don't want to get involved. And other than individually getting involved, when your goalie skates away, your teammate sees it, you're trying to de-escalate the situation. It might affect your teammates in a positive way into not getting into more penalty trouble.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I watched Rexon play. When he first started, and you know, a lot of times before, I mean, he was affected by these plays. You know, he might be getting involved with the stick and stuff, but, you know, good for him to, you know, obviously know that what's important here. So
here's the shot by Cannon from the left side or in the face-up circle. Now rebound picked up by Luxembourg. He took a hit. The referee had his arms down, and you see the frustration coming in again as number 21, Thierry Perron, getting frustrated about things not going his way, and now skates back to his bench for change.
yeah, I mean, as mentioned, Hong Kong just can't get into this in the game, you know, where, you know, they retaliate or just take, again, needless penalties. You know, you can see Luxembourg is just frustrated, so, you know, let them keep at it. You know, play your game.
5-1 to score. Hong Kong still with a 4-goal lead, and we see Luxembourg trying very hard to chip away that lead. But he kept being denied by the goalie, Rexton Tui, and honestly, Hong Kong China's defense been playing pretty well. And now Hong Kong China with a hit on their own. Also, referee Carlos Tabaco decided to let it go. Hong Kong, number 21, Isaac Chan, with a long shot block. Joaquin Nunez picking up the puck. Intercepted in mid-ice. Press to it back out, and Nunez picked it back up again.
Solid defense. You see that Brendan Choi there? Oh, another big hit. Choi again. Choi has been a force in this game so far. Now he's got the attention of Luxembourg.
Under 10 minutes to go in regulation time. Joby Want trying to go in. Some of the Hong Kong Chinese players, they are looking a little fatigued in the last stretch here. Not as much pop in their skating. Perhaps they're trying to play it a little more conservatively. But it's giving Luxembourg a chance. And now the puck is shot into the roof.
You know, we talk about the physical play by all the players. I mean, even a player like Joby, I mean, he's not the biggest, obviously, in their team. He's going out there making some big hits. And, you know, you can see the confidence of that young player, you know, leading the way.
Luxembourg coming away with the puck. Skates out of their own end zone. Unable to get it out into the neutral zone. Hong Kong China with a shot. This one, bad save by the goalie Miguel. Tomas brings it back. Onside play for Hong Kong China. Rapado going for a hit. And now Hong Kong goes in, and it's a goal. That's a 6th goal for Hong Kong China.
Wow, what a play. I mean, one of the stars, obviously, with the hat trick here, Brendan, makes a nice move, passes it over to 18, Zhang, tucks it in, makes a great move, and Hong Kong now leads 6-1. Sorry, I should say Brian Tang.
Brian Tang taking a hit right there.
Not just that, he made that nice move there, and he you know, smart play by Zhang to walk around the goalie for a 6-1.
6-1 Hong Kong China. 5-goal lead regained with 8.5 minutes to go. Joaquin Nunez sends it in. Rexton Choi goes out and play. A little interference there from the goalie. That one went unchecked. With a long shot, cause a deflection.
We almost had a lucky fan here up there with the deflected puck. So,
but deflected away into the side netting right in front of us. Almost striking our women's ice hockey world champions. A champion, Adrienne Lee, the captain for the women's ice hockey team here. They will be challenged for Division 2A next season. It's going to be a huge challenge. We wish them all the best just stay there and don't ever come back again. Under 8 minutes to go. Hong Kong, China with another chance. Sliding block by number 16, Claude Mosong.
Slash penalty. Number 19 slash.
Going into the box, number 19, Sammy Rink.
Yeah, it looks like there's a chance there for Hong Kong, and they took a big slash, and referee caught that. And with 7:51 to go, Hong Kong will be back on the power play.
Now the thing is, you don't need to score in this power play to win the game. With Luxembourg taking a 2-minute penalty, they're already losing 2 minutes of attacking time, but Hong Kong is going at it. They're not stopping. Sometimes playing the same way is probably the best way to play. Everything is working. Hong Kong, a jam in front of the net, and there is going to be pushing and shoving in front of the net. And
Brian's got to watch out
Tang's
there.
going to grab onto the linesperson person here.
Yeah, you don't want to grab the wrong. You can grab the other team, but just don't grab the linesman there, as he's getting a warning here.
Now the linesperson's warning Brian Tang about trying to explain himself.
Well, Brian made a great move cutting in front of the net, and then obviously the Luxembourg defense back there just made sure that he doesn't get another whack, and just grabs him out of the way here. As you can take a look here on the replay.
Things like these are going to happen towards the end of the game, especially when you know other teams are feeling frustrated about how the way the game has gone. Got to give credit to Hong Kong, China. These kids, these young men, playing a disciplined game here. But hit the side, the back side of the net. Now coming up with another shot, rebound, another save by the goalie. Luxembourg sends it down. Rexton Choi with a little save there. 1 minute and 5 seconds to go in the power play. Still a 5-goal game. Joby Watt, Tin Lux getting around with the puck.
5-1 lead and suddenly you have a power play. It's sometimes good, but you got to make sure you don't have any bad habits and you don't give up a shorthanded goal too as well. But if you don't score, let's just make sure you use up that 2 minutes off that clock.
That's another hit. A little high for my taste, but here is Hong Kong, China with another shot and a goal. 7-1. My goodness.
Michael Shum with a rocket of a shot. As you take a look here, Ryan Lee, great pass, rips it, top corner, no chance for the goaltender. I mean, this is pretty much all she wrote, and Hong Kong now leads 7-1.
This game is certainly going to change a lot of people's how they look at ice hockey here in Hong Kong.
Michael, I should have a chat with his dad just before the game. I was like, hey, your son's playing. Oh yeah, so good for him, and glad he got that goal.
Both teams want to end the game on a positive note. Here's another hit, and right now Luxembourg needs to worry about not getting into too much trouble. We've seen how the IIHF disciplinary board works. We don't want players to be tossed out. We don't want suspensions. This is just the first game of the tournament. You need all your players. So while I can understand the frustration, it's important for the coaching staff to keep their players in check emotional-wise.
Well, not just that. I mean, with a 7-1 lead, and the players also have to be smart too. Not just taking stupid penalties, but protect themselves, right? Because the team's frustrated. They're going to go for the big hits, and last thing you want is any injuries, right? So play smart out there, and when you have a chance, go. If not, let's protect yourself out there and get rid of the puck.
fans going at it again. Hong Kong going to come away with a win here against Luxembourg. They're going to find themselves. Oh, here is another penalty coming up.
Yeah, that's another frustrated player here. Again, penalty that he shouldn't have taken. Obviously, he's mad that he got looked like he got a knee and he retaliated, and obviously the referee caught that. So
Hong Kong's going to come away with another power play opportunity. Hong Kong with another chance coming in, tangled up in the neutral zone. Luxembourg coming in with a chance, 1 against 3. Play broken up by Hong Kong, China.
that great defense there. Again, we talk about that wolf pack mentality. Everybody comes back and help, all 5 back, and now the transition to set up here on the power play.
There's a shot there saved by the goalie. Another shot, another save. Finally clears it out. 4:01 remaining in the regulation and only 40 seconds or so remaining in the power play.
You know, these fans here are still in their seats. No one has left. I mean, even despite a 7-1 lead, and they're here to support this team here. So great to see.
That's a glove save by the goalie. 13 more seconds to go in the power play.
Well, this great support is spilled over from the women's championship U18, and Scotty, I know there's a lot of young little boys, young little girls watching this and like, hey, I want to learn how to skate. I want to learn how to play hockey, and I guess I can say my little daughter here, Giselle, was kind of motivated to watch all the the girls play, the coaches are playing, and now she's motivated to play harder and train harder, and never know, one day maybe she get on the national team.
Here comes Luxembourg with a 3-on-2. Tries to give it to Tomas. Oh, Luxembourg players swept away a stick, and that's going to be a penalty.
Yeah.
They are just frustrated at the game.
Super frustrated.
I understand, but
so people watching there, so the stick was obviously loose, so you can't knock away a stick unless it's broken. Now he's fortunate that that stick, he did not shoot it towards the puck carrier. If that happens, guess what? Penalty shot. So that is an interference penalty again. Hong Kong now gets back again on the power play.
Here's another shot. Another shot. Goalie keeps making saves. But with with a 6-goal lead and 3 minutes to go. Personally, if I were coaching, seeing the opponents being so frustrated, I'd be asking my team to tone it down a little bit. Just play it safe. You just don't want your players to get injured. You don't want players to also get into this emotional jam and get entangled with the opposing players. You just want to get the game finished and done and prepare for tomorrow's game. If things get out of hand, things are going to happen. Those are not going to give you good things. You can Hong Kong China, Brian Tang from behind the net. Luxembourg sends it down again. There's no rush to create more scoring at this stage. But that's just my very personal opinion. You know, everyone has a different way of doing things and interpreting things. And here's another shot off the crossbar. 35 seconds still going to power play. Hong Kong, China, doing the unbeatable thing, beating the top. It's a great save by the goalie. Hong Kong, China, Brendan Choi. That's going to be a hand pass. Still 19 more seconds to go in the power play.
I mean, I haven't seen Brian Tang play, much before, but man, I mean, he's been very impressive. You see him how he carries the puck, protects that puck. I mean, very hard to knock the puck off of him. And you know, for those that are watching and learning, and you know, that's a great example of how you protect that puck and getting it off to one of your teammates for a scoring chance.
It's An Trinlock, Bob Yan. Leaves it back for number 5, Wang Qingyu. If I remember correctly, that's Lucas Wang. I could be wrong. Wrong. Off the board, final minute of the game. 7-1 the score. Hong Kong, China with a 6-goal lead. Here's them the hit check onto the board. Luxembourg loses the puck. Not holding the goalie, of course, Luxembourg. But Hong Kong, China going at it again behind the net, skating around. Make sure you want to be safe. Goal right here is not going to help anything. Staying healthy for tomorrow is going to be more important. Here is Luxembourg, Charlie Springer on the right side with a long shot. Goal immediately rebound. It is deflected, out of bounds, out of play. More seconds, Keith.
Well, Luxembourg here with the initial shot, a great pad save by Rexon. Second one there, I didn't really see it too clearly. I mean, I think Rexon may have got a piece of it, but again, it's you know, stays out of net. 17 seconds left.
$15 seconds to go. Luxembourg with the offensive zone possession here. Skates around, ran into the board. Player digging for the puck. From behind the net, final 3 seconds. And that would do it for today's game. Hong Kong, China coming out with an amazing victory against the top-seeded Luxembourg with a score of 7-1.
Obviously, the delight of the fans here. I mean, if I was picking the, let's say, 4 stars, because I can't choose the 3. There's actually all of them are stars, but I mean, hats off to obviously Rex and Chu with a solid performance. You know, Brian Tang with 3 goals, 18 Zhang, and also I'd like to see you give a shout out to Brendan Choi back there on the blue line. But again, it's a whole team effort. But you need that, and obviously they again stuck to the game plan, play well, frustrated Luxembourg, and picks up a very, very important first win of the tournament.
With a win, Hong Kong moves into 3rd place overall, 1 win, 3 points. They are in 3rd place just because they were slightly at a disadvantage in terms of goals for. They're tied with PPR Korea in terms of goals differential, but PPR Korea scored more goals than Hong Kong, China, so they're in 2nd place. Luxembourg falls into 5th place, just behind the Philippines. That's how today's game shapes up. Tournament.
Well, tomorrow I believe Hong Kong is playing North Korea, if I'm correct me if I'm wrong, TPR Korea. That's going to be, again, well, all games are going to be huge.
We'll get into that later on, and now it's going to be the best players of each team, the individual awards. For Team Luxembourg, the goalie, number 20, Jesse Miguel Barbadillo. A high workload for him today, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he didn't have the greatest start, but he's finished strong. I mean, Hong Kong probably could have put on a few more, and they're great goals. So
sometimes when you're on the losing end, you give up a huge amount of goals. coaches sometimes do take the goalie as best player because he's worked the hardest.
No, they also maybe give him a little motivation to get ready for the next game as well. Let's
And
hear about Hong Kong.
for Hong Kong, China, something has to do with the hat trick. There you go, the hat trick. Brian Tang.
Great game by Brian. Hard to beat that, right? Hat trick and at least one or two. I don't have the score in front of me, but at least a couple of assists there or so. So great game by Brian.
Congratulations to all players, and still an astonishing win for Hong Kong China to pull off this upset. And I just hope they can continue to prove me wrong by winning all the way through. Now let's get ready for the national anthem of Hong Kong China, the People's Republic of China. Congratulations to Hong Kong, China. Tomorrow's game, we have games tomorrow. Philippines face off Uzbekistan in the 1 p.m. game. That's going to be a tough one for the Filipinos. And Uzbekistan, they look really, really good. Mongolia plays Luxembourg. Luxembourg wants to come back with a win, and Mongolia as well. Both teams lost their first game in the tournament. And DPR Korea plays Hong Kong, China. The final game of the night. Any comments on any of these three games?
Yeah, well, maybe we'll talk about the DPR Korea Hong Kong game. After watching DPR Korea play today, actually they're very similar to Hong Kong. They don't have like the biggest player, but they're tough. They're physical and they make some great plays. I think it's going to be a challenge for Hong Kong, like with every game, by the way. So it's going to be a doozy. Let's just put it that way. I can't wait for that game for tomorrow.
Great win for Hong Kong, and let's hope Luxembourg come back with a stronger performance tomorrow. And that's all the time we have for you tonight. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow on IIHF.tv. Same place.